Take 172. So, as I kind of promised on social media, we are going to be doing a whole lot of videos. Maybe even our primary focus will be sporting firearms throughout like the entire previous century. If I had my druthers, I would literally own a curios and relics shop filled of the weirdest and also the most innovative firearms that have come out for sporting purposes and led into military purposes. I think that they have direct correlation, but there would be a small shop of my own that would just have some of the bizarre and the coolest guns that you could think of. That being said, I'm going to now start these video series really focusing on some of the guns that are really pertinent and some of the guns that have been that have really directly developed modern sporting firearms and some military firearms. Today, what I'm going to cover, and just real quick, this is a difficult shotgun to tell that is empty and it is clear. This is an Ithaca 37 featherweight, and Ithaca 37s don't have ejection ports. As you can see, they are bottom ejecting. With them being bottom ejecting, it's kind of hard to tell that I have nothing in the chamber, so you kind of just have to take my word for it just a little bit. The reason I picked this shotgun for our first video is one, because it's really, really kind of an amazing shotgun and I really, really, really enjoy it. I really admire the construction of it. I love the fact that it is bottom injecting. That fact allows it to be used by people who are right-handed and wrong-handed. But beyond that, it's something that's really not often done. You know, I know the BPS is bottom ejecting, and I'm sure there's some other models out there that just aren't coming to mind. But it is kind of innovative. It has a different loading system, obviously, and you know, as you see when you're shooting it, you know, racking it, firing around, racking it again. You know, empty shell falls out of the bottom, and then it picks up another one out of the magazine tube. That's actually kind of a neat deal. This is also a very iconic shotgun. It is one that we can definitely attest to taking lots of birds of any feather, no pun intended, and also large game too. You know, one of my next intentions sometime throughout this year is I will not only bring this shotgun back up, but I'll get a deer slayer in our hands, which is a rifled slug shotgun, exact same model, just different barrel. And it also came with rifled sights on that barrel. I'll get one of those, and we'll focus on that a little bit too. Really cool shotgun, actually used a lot for police purposes, but this shotgun also transcended into military purposes as well. Mostly Vietnam era. When I was actually deployed for Hurricane Katrina, the MPs, 220 MPs I went down there with, they had Ithaca 37s, which were pretty cool. They were old, but I mean, it was pretty awesome that they had something that was kind of an iconic shotgun. Obviously, military police units would use shotguns for security purposes and things like that. But the real reason I wanted to go over this shotgun is because most people nowadays, when they talk about getting a economical shotgun, as far as the pump action is concerned, they're looking at Benelli Novas, Benelli Supernovas, obviously great shotguns, and especially for the price and the different models that they have. I mean, you can almost get every color of camouflage, and there's, you know, you can use it for every kind of upland hunting and waterfowl hunting you can imagine, including I believe they have a rifle slug model. I'd have to check. If they do have one, I'd probably get one. Or people mention getting something of the Winchester variety, you know, one of their pump action varieties, and of course the iconic Remington 870, which has been the mainstay of cheaper shotguns in America for a very long time. But the 37 itself, especially this one, the featherweight, did not cost me very much, and Ithaca is still in business. You can't say that a lot about companies that only focused on really kind of one kind of gun. They did do double barrels for a long time. Obviously, this was their bread and butter right here. But I believe if I jump on my phone right now, I could buy an Ithaca and Company 12 gauge model 37, almost exactly like this one. Not much has changed. The Featherlight, obviously being a lighter shotgun. This one has a 26-inch barrel. This is really kind of one of my favorites now in my collection, and just because of the versatility. There's not much I can't do with this. I probably am not tagging a goose really high up in the air. But bird hunting, as far as upland hunting, grouse, chukar, pheasant, things like that, all day long, I could do it with this shotgun. Deer hunting, if I switched out the barrel and I happen to find a slug barrel, I could use it for that. And then, of course, a lot of people forget that you can deer hunt with double-aught buck. So this, I can definitely deer hunt with a double-aught buckshot all day long. I mean, it does take a little bit more of a skill set to get that done, but this is definitely a versatile shotgun. Ithaca, as a matter of fact, I believe this is one of the either Ithaca is one of the longest running gun companies or shotgun companies in the United States, or the 37 is the longest running shotgun in the United States. I think that's actually the truth of the matter. This has been one of the longest running shotguns in the U.S. And the different models that we've seen, like I said, I've seen them when I was in the military. I've definitely seen them out in the sporting field constantly. This one actually has a cylinder choke, and that is not a removable choke, but it is a full cylinder choke, which is awesome. I could belt slugs through this thing if I wanted to. And it is like I said, it's growing to be one of my favorites. I was really happy that we got in our collection. And I was also really happy that I can start getting these sporting guns out and show them to you guys. One of the reasons I really wanted to do this was because sporting firearms serve such great purpose, and the development of them has been amazing. And it's amazing all the ones that you can find out there that aren't around anymore. I chose to pick for this first kind of video one that is around still. But if you look at some of the semi-automatic rifles and the pump action rifles and the lever action rifles, definitely the double barrel shotguns that are out there, pump actions, the Model 12, we'll be doing the Model 12 most likely in our next video. Might be a little bit of a mashup between that and another rare Winchester that I have. But if you look at all these guns and some of the ones you can find and not find anymore, but there aren't necessarily wall hangers. You know what I mean? Everybody likes to make sure that they have their all-encompassing everything rifle. But if you're kind of making a collection, there's no reason to go out there and find something that costs you $1,000 that's been very iconic and very interesting. If you're into gunsmithing too, it could be something for you to work on. Apex, Gun Parts, and Numric, and all those companies. I mean, generally, in my gunsmithing shop, when we're working on guns, we can find almost anything. And if you can't find a part, then it's just a challenge to see if you can find it later. But some of these guns that are older are just that. They're older, but they give you something to really focus on. And there's nothing better than kind of tearing apart your own gun and fixing something that's broken. With an older gun, you have a greater likelihood of having to do that. So the Ithaca Gun Co., they've been around since 1936. And like I said, I believe this is the longest running model of shotgun, or at least pump action shotgun in the United States. This design too, which is also, so this is going to be not a weird accreditation because I'm sure that we're all used to it by this time, but this is a John Moses Browning design. Makes sense too that if you were to take a look at modern shotguns, especially in the latter half of the last century, you could look at the Browning BPS, which is also conveniently a bottom ejector too. Like I said, this is a interesting design. There's lots of development that we can kind of peer into as far as this shotgun model is concerned. And I want to start bringing you guys stuff like this. Like I said, I know that everything out there seems kind of cookie cutter, and everybody wants to bring you the next great AR, or they want to bring you some sort of amazing Benelli inertia-driven shotgun, and I would like to do that too. But we're forgetting about a whole section of firearms that helped us get these ones in our hands. this one was kind of the one that I really wanted to pick to do first. Once again, as far as our videos are concerned, you guys, I mean, you guys can actually, I know we don't have 1 billion subscribers right now, and if you are watching this, please subscribe. It just helps us out and makes us feel worthwhile as I do this. I know I'm not the most exciting doing 3-gun shoots every 5 seconds or tearing apart a Glock and making it into a new Glock video producer in any way, shape, or form, but I think I've kind of found my niche here, and this is what I'd like to do. But as far as content is concerned, if you guys have something that you want us to focus on, we'll do it. I want to keep these videos really casual, and I want to put my personality out into them too. Like I said, I'll make fun of myself all the time for being all the time. It's just it's part of me getting used to taking myself seriously. But as far as content is concerned, if there's something that you think that I can find that's not going to cost me $27,000 to put in our home arsenal, and you want me to do a video on it, that's more inspiration for me to spend a little bit of money and find it. Coming up here soon, we're going to do a Winchester Model 100. We're going to do the Winchester Model 12. We'll do some funny other little Winchesters I found. And not that I'm just a Winchester fan, we're going to do some Remington. I'm going to do a comparison of one Remington shotgun, an older Remington shotgun to a newer one. And then we will also focus on military rifles that are used as sporting rifles. I have a couple Mausers that we're going to do in an upcoming video. We're definitely going to do an Enfield, and we'll definitely do a 1913, even a Garand, and that will just take us into the world of using semi-automatics as big game hunting guns. Not to make this too long of a video, but I will say that I'm really excited to do this kind of series of videos. I won't overload you guys with every little tidbit and every little fact about every gun I bring out here. It's just kind of food for thought. Take a look at them. You can get yourself a CNR license. I mean, it's the easiest thing to do in the entire world. Having an FFL and a CNR license makes our life pretty easy as far as getting our hands on stuff. It also is a little bit more inspirational to make you want to go out there and find things. You could sit on Gunbroker or any of the gun auctions, or what's the big one that I'm at, the Rock Island, and find stuff all day long that somebody might not have thought of to do a video on. And we encourage you to do videos as well. And if you don't like a piece of content that we did, just let us know. We'll do our best to improve. I know it's not, I'm not, like I said, I'm not the most interesting in the entire world, in a house full of Dobermans running around and videos of guns to show. I'm getting attacked by a Doberman right now. But so we'll keep it nice and short and sweet. But this was just a quick little, not overly invasive video about the Ithaca 37. If you have questions about it or anything like that, ask the questions in the comments. And if you are a subscriber, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. If you're not a subscriber, then please feel free to go ahead and hit that little subscribe button, or whatever else Garand Thumb. Here's one of them right now. Whatever else Garand Thumb and all those other awesome guys say on their videos. So that's it, and you all be good and have a great night.